Hello. It's a Tuesday. And it's time to do some streaming. It has been a day. You know, we all have our ups and downs. Today was a very busy day for work. So for me, what that meant is I have spent about 5 hours speaking today. I am working on co-facilitating a training with my boss. And so we're doing a whole bunch of training. And unfortunately, she had internet problems. Good news is we're getting it fixed. So hopefully by tomorrow, when we go to day 3 of the training, she'll be able to do more and I will be able to rest my voice. But I said to myself, I really want to check out what's going on in Timberborn. So here we are. We are back in Timberborn. Episode 8, or the 8th time that we have streamed Timberborn. So we're going to switch over to the game here in just a second. At the conclusion of our last Timberborn stream, we had created or established the 8th district. 8th district. Our 4th district. And we had just started building some of the bot buildings, and we're establishing some food. And that's kind of where we're picking up here. So the goal is today to get District 4 up and operational so that we can start considering more of the robots. And so on the agenda is first thing is going to be getting it connected to the power network. And we'll keep cruising from there. So we'll go ahead and move over to the game. All right. I moved my video, but I think now I am blocking the left side of the screen. Oh, goodness. Give me 1 second while we go ahead and correct in real time. Going to move there. I think we need to drag it down. Right there. Apologize for the technical adjustment here. We will also need to adjust cat cam. But this will allow you to see cat cam, which is currently non-functional. I can introduce you to a new cat on CatCam. She has decided that she wants to chill in the cat bed. This, my friends, is River. River is a relative to my cat. So the fact that she has graced us with her presence on CatCam, to me, kind of amazing. All right. Thank you for bearing with me while I made the adjustment. I will fix the other items in the stream later. But you should now be able to see on the left-hand side the notifications letting us know that we have a building that doesn't have power, a flooded building, that we have no recipe selected, and that we have 15 injured beavers. The 15 injured beavers is an unfortunate situation. However, it's not unexpected. One of the items that we're going to potentially be able to do is replace some of the beavers that are getting hurt, which is happening primarily in this district over here, as they're in the mines. We'll be able to replace some of those workers, potentially, with beaver bots. But we need to start actually crafting the beaver bots before we can even think about it. So, let's go ahead and unpause. Maybe. Unpause. There we go. So, District 4. We are importing our food. We are importing some explosives, some logs, some maple pastries, metal blocks, and water. So everything we need to get this construction going over here. It does look like we have some unemployed. No, not unemployed. What are you doing? One beaver who's manning the water dump, and then the other 3 beavers. Oh, it's nighttime. Of course, that's what they're doing. They're getting some rest. So while our beavers are resting, I think one of the first things we need to do is get a lodge in. Go ahead and let's see. I think we will do the lodging. Put in a triple lodge and a double lodge right here off of the stairs, and then we'll mirror those. On the other side. We are kind of going a little bit into the green area, the green space, but I think it will be okay. And let us put down a path. And some stairs to get into the accommodations. So our beavers will start working on that. Am I importing logs? Okay, we are importing logs. So we'll be able to get them situated. So let's think over here. What do we want to do? Well, first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of these trees. And extra logs will not hurt us. So we're going to go ahead and drop in a woodcutter, and we will say, hey, I want you to cut as many of these trees as you can. 3 wood. Right. We currently have 4 beavers in this district, so we do need to shift some additional beavers over. We currently have no unemployed beavers in District 1 with 5 babies. We have no unemployed beavers in District 3 with 4 babies, and this is where most of our injured beavers are currently located. And we have no unemployed beavers in District 2, which recently had a population die-off. So we have 8 babies in this district that we're waiting for them to grow up. So we do not have at this point, we don't have the beavers to send to District 4. So we'll just let them get around to building everything. We're asking quite a bit from a building perspective. What we would like to do here is to get some food. So one of the first things I'm going to do is put in a farmhouse. We are not going to be able to staff this right away, understandably so. How do we want to do this so it maximizes the amount of green area that we can actually... All right, we'll go ahead and put that there. And then while we are waiting for food, one of the first crops we're going to put in is we're going to put in some carrots. say there. And some sunflowers. So. Potatoes. Like so. We'll get those started so that when we work on our population, so we've got quite a few orders. We're going to go ahead and move up to speed 2. You can see our beaver bot factories are getting connected. However, they need power. So that is going to be kind of our next focus. Okay, we need to bring in some additional power. We're currently generating 8,000 power. We're not utilizing all 8,000, so we're going to tap into this power network. Now, there is a chance that I am going to want to expand the windmill farm. So we're going to move the power connection out briefly. And then we're going to run power straight from there over to these buildings. So they will start working on that. The good news is we'll pull workers from District 1 to work on this, and we will pull workers from District 4 to work on this over time. So what we have here is we have a bot assembler. We don't have the workers to run it, but this will be taking the pieces from the 3 buildings. So we have to say, what are you going to do? Well, I want you to build the chassis. I want you to build the limb. And then I want you to build the bot heads. So now we are constructing each of the various parts for the bots, or we will be once we get some more population. Our homes are in. They do need to build the paths, so we'll start to see some baby beavers coming in. And then as we get some more adult beavers, we can start working on expanding the assignments in that district. So either by transferring beavers from another district. What are you doing, baby girl? All right. River has decided that something behind my computer intrigues her. So hopefully she's not messing with anything important. All right. So we do have some beavers that have nothing to do. I've got 2 tree cutters here. We do have 2 vacancies. So what I can do is pause one of these 2 tree cutters. That will at least take out the vacancy. And our trees are about half done. So we can actually go ahead and pause this other one so that at least all of our jobs in this district will be manned. Or, excuse me, will be beavered. All right. Take a look at District 2. How are things over here? We have a beaver who's not doing anything, but we have a whole lot of vacancies. So we're not currently gathering anything, so we will pause that building to help free up some of our vacancies. We can go ahead and reduce our workforce a little bit at the distribution post. We can reduce our workforce a little bit at the hauling post. Are we actively building anything right now in this district? No. So we can reduce our builders a little bit. We are doing really, really good on science. We currently have 35,000, so we are going to reduce the number of beavers that are currently looking for more science. Up. Now we are at 1 unemployed beaver, so we're going to increase the hauling posts. And now all of our beavers have work, and all of our jobs are covered. This district is going to be a problem until we get some more resources. So, but once they've built the housing, we will start to, and we can increase their happiness. We'll start to see some beavers coming in there. And here in District 1, we currently have 5 unemployed beavers. So let us reduce a little bit of our... Reduce that hauling post by a couple, or reduce this hauling post by a couple. We are building right now, so I don't want to reduce our builders. What else do we have? We are coming into wood in this district. We did planted all of the trees here recently. So we are expecting to see a fair bit of wood coming in very soon. And you can see our current supplies in this district is 500. Across the entire population, we're just about 2,000 logs. So we are definitely starting to heal from where we were previously. We do have Chomps in our other cat bed. He is currently not in a great spot for cat cam viewing, but there we are. Unsleeping kitty cat. The other cat, River, has left us. If she comes back, I will consider that. But here we go. We have our little friend Chomps filling in the cat cam. All right. We have almost finished the power. So our bots will actually have power, but we can't do anything because we don't have workers. Looks like we do need to be shipping biofuel. Do we have biofuel in this district? It does not look like it. So we need to add biofuel as one of the items that we're going to be bringing in. And in fact, biofuel is going to be an item that we need to bring into every single district. However, in this case here, we're going to limit it to 50 for the time being. Actually, we're going to limit it to way more than 50. We're going to limit it to 25. And the reason for that is you'll see here we have all sorts of other items, mainly water coming in. We do want to offload the water. We should probably, I don't even know if this will work, but we're going to build a water tank. And we will put that water tank right there. I know there's no jobs. It's okay. All right, we have reduced our building now, so we are going to ask that this beaver prioritize planting. How did I end up with 2? Oh, okay, that's fine. So we're going to ask these beavers to prioritize planting so that we can start making inroads on the food front. We will need to make sure we're getting gears. Are we bringing gears in here? We are. Biofuel, metal blocks, and planks all should be coming in. I do not see planks, but I believe we are using the planks for... Yes, we are using the planks to build the water tower. We will need gears and planks for this one. We will need gears, metal blocks, and planks for this one. So realistically, we may need a second distribution center in the district to accept. Or alternately, we need to start storing. Again, I'm not 100% sure how this will work. But let's drop in a warehouse. And for this warehouse, I want you to store planks. No, it doesn't. You can't store planks here. So this one we're going to store. Let's just store carrots. So we'll start storing our carrots there. The item for planks that I'm going to need is a storage here, which we're going to indicate I want you to store planks. We also probably are going to want to put in a storage for metal blocks. And those are our big items. We will probably create a tank here for biofuel as well. But this way we can move the water out of the drop-off point into storage locally. Go ahead and prepare one for biofuel. But that will help alleviate some of the pressure that we're feeling here in this district. So the beavers all have homes now. They do not have wet fur. That's not something that I am going to be able to accommodate right now. And then any of the other things that they're carrying from the district that they came from. All right. Are we on logs over here? Starting to store them. Okay. Wow, we have filled 3 tanks on biofuel. So we are doing fantastic from a biofuel perspective. But we will need to start shipping biofuel to all of our districts. We are going to limit it to 25. All right. The reason we're doing this is if we send a beaver bot to another district, we need to make sure they remain powered. All right, we have 3 unemployed workers in District 2. We are going to shift 2 of those beavers to District 4. And in District 1, we currently have 11 open jobs with 9 beavers. So many injured beavers. Wow. Every one of our injury tents has got a beaver in it. Oh, no. These 2 do not. All right. So we do have tents for everybody. We are shipping medicine. Or should be shipping medicine to... Yes, we have medicine. Each of these tents should have access to... That's the person. Alright, they don't have medicine. Why do you not have medicine? I have medicine in the... Okay, how do we get you actual medicine? Up the shrine. All right. I wonder if we need storage for medicine. So let's build a small storage. We'll put it right here. We will designate. That's cattail flower. Do we have medicine? Maybe we don't have medicine. Oh wait, no. That looks like cattail flower, cattail roots. That's not. Okay, I don't see medicine as an option here. Where else would we store? Is medicine a liquid? Hmm. Medicine's a liquid. All right. Did not realize that. All right, given that situation, we'll go ahead and store. Oh, we'll just throw spread rock in there. And we'll put in a small tank here for biofuel. I wonder if we need to get haulers to bring. Or if the beavers will come and take themselves. Okay. Not 100% sure how that works. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll come back here and see whether or not we start seeing the medicine show up in our tents. However, if they're not taking the medicine from the distribution post, that explains why we're seeing some of our hurt beavers taking so long to recover. All right, we have biofuel. You need biofuel. Oh, we're up to 2 babies, and we have the 2 additional workers. What's going on with you? Oh, you're injured. Okay, we have an injury in the new district, so we need. Oh, we need a couple things. We need to put down a tooth grindstone. All right. We'll need to put in at least 1 medical bed. Go ahead and extend that path. We have somebody. No, we don't have anybody working that. So we're not chopping trees like that. Planks. We can now increase the number of planks that we can receive now that we're storing them elsewhere. So we can go ahead and increase our planks to say 100. And we can increase our biofuel to 100. And we can increase our water to 300 because we have the capacity to handle the water. Anybody partaking in the medicine? We may need to think about haulers to bring the medicine to the injured beaver. Wonder if that's how it logically tells me that's how it should. Let me look at a hauling post. Mainly, I want to see if we can heal our beavers a little bit sooner. Hey, Jadara. Yes, indeed. We have Chomps. You missed River. We had River for a brief second, and then I think I moved, and she said, no, I'm out. But we have video evidence. She was on camera for a brief period of time. Chomps is chilling out. Oops. I did move my camera so that it's not covering up, although it looks like we're now covering up part of the screen this way, so I will continue to refine the camera placement. Short of putting it in the middle of the screen, I think we're always going to overlap something. Maybe we put it over here above this notification window. Yeah, that might actually be a good idea. All right. How are we doing on a population? We currently have 4 open positions in District 1 still. We have 2 unemployed beavers in District 2. How would you guys like to go? Actually, we'll just put you back. We'll let you work back here again. What I'm hoping to see is if I put a hauler in here. All right, I'm going to set this to 1 beaver, and we're going to say this is a priority. What I'm hoping is that we start to see medicine get distributed by our hauler. Is that how it's going to work? I don't. We can, however, increase our district distribution limit for medicine to 30. We now have storage for 30. And biofuel, there's also storage for 30. What are you? You are delivering things. Kind of cute. If you look at his back, he's like got a little backpack on. All right, so they're prioritizing. He's definitely hauling stuff, but it doesn't look like medicine is on the list. Not 100% sure how that works exactly. So something I may look later. I really want these guys to get medicine so that we can heal them a smidge faster. Because if you look, our popularity of this bed is every hour of every day. That's not good. And similar story here. And I bet you no matter which bed we click on. Yeah, it's like here's one that's almost always busy. We don't want our beavers to remain in pain. How are we doing here? We have got almost all of our log storage is full. We're currently storing 1,500 out of 2,340. So we're definitely cruising on the log storage front. Should start seeing a little bit of relief here in District 1. These trees are starting to mature. So we should start seeing these two cutters start cutting the trees down. Just chill. And our population in District 4 is still at 6 beavers with 2 babies. We have 22 open beds. So we should start to see water. All right. We will start to see the babies grow up, and presumably we'll start to get some additional beavers, but we can ship in some beavers from other districts if need be. Everybody is working in this district. We have 7 babies. Everybody is working in this district or hurt. Big thing is our injuries right now. I've got the medicine, but nobody is using it. Other possibility is we need to build a healer in this district, which would mean that we need to ship dandelions, just dandelions. We should have logs and water everywhere. Some of the medicine is being used in this district, but it's probably being used for deliveries because I believe I've got medicine being delivered to all of the districts except for... What's our medicine limit here? Five. So we have the medicine. Truly confused there. Okay, so we have the 1 injured beaver in this district. Okay, pretty much all of our injured beavers are in District 3. Horrible. I'm going to deprioritize that building so that beavers can do other work. Add a second hauler to make up. There we go. Now we have everybody doing something and all jobs filled. We're still 5 positions short in District 1. We have 1 open bed and 8 babies. Okay. Where can we sneak another residence? Anywhere? Oh, I see a place. Oh, that won't. No, that won't. I think we need to think about building another residence here in this district. Looks like we are out of planks. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah. Okay, we need to... Apparently, we deprioritized at least one of our plank buildings. Let's actually do standard priority. Sure, you can. It may be a little bit of work to get the beaver to you for Beaver Dash. However, Beaver Dash does operate occasionally. Some additional windmills. We cannot put one here unless we move this distribution post. That's fine. And put more plank factories because we are using planks like they are going out of style. Well-being is 12 in this district. I don't know how would we deal with wet fur in this district. Suppose we could a little out of the way, but what we could do, we could reroute let's try it. Let's try this. I don't know whether this will work. We'll find out. Wallish. All right. Shipping it. We have carrots covered. We have sunflower seeds more or less covered. Grilled potatoes are not covered. Bread is covered. Grilled chestnuts and cattail crackers are not coming from these other districts. So we're sending water, bread, maple pastries, planks, wood, explosives, gears, metal blocks, and biofuel. We're shipping right now to the district. I hope the maple pastries don't explode, but I guess anything's possible. We are 10 days into cycle 14, so we do probably have a drought coming soon. Water is good in all of our districts. Wow, we're out of maple syrup. How on earth did this happen? Alert, maple syrup problem. Prioritize maple syrup. Wow. Maple pastries. We have 500 maple pastries. So the good news is we have the maple pastries. The bad news is we don't have enough maple syrup. We have 217. We have a whole bunch of trees, though, that need to be... Yeah, not that many. There's actually not that many trees to be harvested. So... it's just maybe a side effect of chopping down all these trees for wood, where before we used to have a lot of maple syrup, because we have this tapper. So we will mark... we will go ahead and mark these maple trees to be not cut down. So that will give us some more maple syrup. Did I ever mark these trees to be cut? It didn't. Actually, we don't need to do that. We have more maple trees over here, but can this tapper reach there? The answer is no. So yeah, we still need to mark these trees for not to be cut down. So I am good with this. Any other maple trees in range? All right. Given that, we're going to pause him, let him go do some other job because there's no trees for him to harvest. All the beds in this district have medicine. So all of these medical beds have medicine. Why are the beds in this district not getting medicine? Very weird. All right, so instead of shipping medicine here, we're going to ship in. See if this fixes the problem. And the limit is going to be 30. All right, and we're going to need to build a healer. So we will drop the healer. Oh, there's just no good spot. Well-being. we can put it in over here. Makes the medicine and distributes it to the bed. Oh, okay, so then in theory it should use this medicine. All right. So maybe we need a healer in each district, which would make sense. Where we might need it. So we'll see whether or not this works, and if so, we'll think about whether we need a healer everywhere else. Our drought is arriving. In 3 days, we will have a drought of some length. All right. How are we doing over here in District 4? Hey, we're up to 8 beavers. So we are starting to... We have the injured beaver. We have more than one injured beaver, apparently, so we need to put in at least one additional medical bed. I sneak up... Oh, I can sneak these underneath? I did not know that. Well, there we go. So something you can do in this game, and I don't know... I didn't know until I was fiddling around with stuff. You have this layers menu up here in the right-hand corner. So what I did was I wanted to get access to underneath this platform. And so I said, hey, how can I do that? And so then I started cutting away the layers. So that's layer... So I went down from layer 4 to 5, and you'll see the platform shows back up, and then we go back up, and it can go all the way to infinity. But this is what can allow us to sneak in underneath. So like in this case, the medical beds can be just kind of hidden underneath the platform. We also have a storage overlay, which shows you the exact amounts that are in the various containers. You'll see here 299 water, biofuel, we have 89 planks. And whether or not we show water. I don't know what... Okay, there we go. All right, so we can make... So, like, if I don't have anything selected, you can see kind of the much nicer bluish water. Whereas if I wanted to, I could hide it and say, okay, I know the water's there, but it allows me to see the ground underneath. All right. What we're about to do is put in some showers. So I need to unmark that. I need to mark it for destruction. You're the injured people. Okay. I guess not reachable. No. You need paper, which is coming from the other district, but it's probably unreachable by this. Do add... I do that. What does that do? We'll see if the paper starts to show up here. We have 704 paper, so we have the paper. It's just in place. And we want to connect this to our power network. Both should be reachable. Is... All right, did we build the medical hut? What are we missing here? Gears, planks, metal blocks. We are not shipping metal blocks in to this district, so let's take care of that. will say we don't need a whole lot of metal blocks. We're just going to send 5. All the way up. We won't change this one. Never thought I'd run out of maple syrup. I won't lie. That was almost full. And Chomps is like, hey guys, I'm on cam. I'll group myself. Alright. I think we're in a good spot for the drought. We may want to think about bringing a 3rd water tank into this district at some point. Still have the water from what I accidentally flooded half the district last drought. Alright, we're up to 3 babies, so we are starting to see a population increase here in this district. I'm very pleased. The issue is going to be the well-being of the beavers really does influence how quickly they get population replacements. We will drop. We're going to dig a 3 deep trench here for the water. So the beaver whose responsibility to keep the water in this area will be pumping it. So they will be taking the water from this tank here and maintaining it. But the showers can pull from 3 deep. So we're going to go ahead and allow maximum use in the showers. Is there anything else we can plant? We could plant wheat, but we're not going to get anything from that because we're not processing it here. I think we're good at the moment. What am I shipping? Water, bread, maple pastries, plank, logs, explosives, gears, metal blocks, and biofuels. So if we need to, we can stop sending explosives once we're a little bit further along. Hey, look at that. We have our first bot chassis. Nice. We have 1 limb. No heads yet, though. We are starting to make headway into the robots. Once we have our first robot, we can assign a robot to do other jobs to bring more beavers into the district. So it's going to be as we start to build them, we'll start being able to use them more, and it'll just kind of build on itself. Have you... Yep, you guys have planted all of the beaver robot overlords. I love it, carrying the little explosives. 0.8 days till the next drought. All right, we have got 3 deep water. We can put in showers. So we'll start be able to get the wet fur buff in this district. That will be beneficial. Have bread. So really we have the other food types we can potentially bring in here. We do have the maple pastries, which is a great well-being boost. Probably should build a campfire, potentially a rooftop terrace. We can get those pretty easily. Lido is not something that's going to show up in this district. And then a shrine. We can absolutely build a couple of shrines for our beaver friends. Where would I put a shrine? We can do it here. Shrine there. I put in a grindstone. I did. And we'll put in a second shrine. Put a path to get to said shrines. That will help. Oh, we're up to 4 babies. Nice. Eventually we can put a temple in this district, but I don't think at the moment, because temples give a fair bit of well-being. You can see in District 2, we're currently at a 25 well-being. We're struggling on campfires, and we're struggling on the rooftop terrace in this district, and as well as the Lido. I thought we put a second Lido in here, did we? No, we talked about it, but we never actually pulled the trigger. Oh, are we on the drought? Okay, we're almost on the drought. So I'm probably going to bring another Lido into this district at some point. Raise this cam. Question is, did I time it right where we don't flood? Probably not. James, the security guard, does not approve of robot beavers. Hi, James. All right, it is a 6-day drought. We are probably going to flood here because looks like I still closed it a little too early. We should be cresting some of our areas in the very near future. All right, we are starting to dry up. Wow, really, really, really close. Yep, no, we did flood. Technically, we're flooded. That's a shame, but that's okay. How's our healer doing? Did we get built? We have a healer. Did we assign anybody to it? We do. All right, Mr. Healer, have you been making medicine? Nope. 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 Yes. Yes! We have medicine. All right, so it looks like we do need a healer in the district in order to distribute the medicine. Did you use the medicine from this? You did. That makes me super happy. We're going to go ahead and reassign this to be more biofuel for the time. And we'll increase our biofuel to 60. That way, when I put a beaver or a robot in here, it will have power. So that means we'll need a healer in this district because they're never going to use this medicine. Oh, I guess I can stop shipping. Am I still shipping medicine? No. We can stop shipping medicine to District 2 because it's never going to get used. So I have one campfire there. I have another campfire there. We're not utilizing all of our campfires. So can I squeeze a campfire in right there? Absolutely not. A little bigger than I realized. How about next to the temple? Yes. Do we want to put a campfire? You know what? Yes, we'll put a campfire next to the temple. We have the 2 rooftop terraces. Looks like they're not getting used. How can we... better utilize rooftop terraces? We have 20 unemployed beavers across the entire area. Not in District 1. District 2 has 5. District 3. Oh, we have medicine now. Guess what? Everybody's healed. Amazing. Yeah, I feel so accomplished in figuring that out. All right, we can go ahead and put more back here. How's District 4 population? We have 18 beds, so we're going to ship some folks over from District 3. Currently have 11 unemployed beavers, so let us send District 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should leave us with 4. We can go ahead and throw those 4 into the hauling post, which will help everybody else's efficiency. Perfect. This also means we probably don't need 2 healers in District 1 because we're not shipping the medicine anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this one. And throw you over here to the hauling post, or the distribution post. Where are those 2 unemployed beavers? This one? Nope. There's unemployed beavers in District... How do I have unemployed beavers here? Okay. There. Oh, we're chopping trees down. Okay. We have wet fur now. Look at that. We made those couple of changes and we went from 10 well-being to 18. It just went back down to 17. However, what we're gaining, I'm sorry, so part of that is from the beavers we transferred over because they have access to things, so that will go back down. But wet fur is now something that all of the beavers here, so we're getting almost a full point of well-being from that as well. It is unclear to me why we have so many hurt beavers here, but I don't think we're yet in a position to send a healer, a dedicated healer to this district yet. But I bet that we're going to start seeing injuries from the bot factory. Maybe we do go ahead and drop in maybe worth it. And if that's the case, we're going to need to ship in. Finally a use for all these dandelions we've been hanging on. Where are we collecting the dandelions from? Over here. Okay. Perfect. I believe we're also collecting dandelions from District 2. But I probably have that gatherer turned off. I do. How many dandelions do we have in this district? Not a whole lot. So I'm going to unpause this one. And this one. We're going to build some storage for dandelions since we're now utilizing the dandelions. And then we'll have a stockpile of dandelions, and we can start shipping dandelions from District 2 over to District 1, if that becomes necessary. Currently, we're shipping all sorts of food stuff to District, and then we're sending wheat, logs, and potatoes to District 1, but that's primarily for biofuel production. Fantastic. Other thing we can do is unpause. How many laborers do we have in district? Not very many, so we don't have extra beavers, but something we can consider is unpausing this distribution post, and we can start sending the grilled chestnuts and the other items to help boost District 4's well-being. Eventually. Still have 11 beds. Okay, you're waiting for bot heads. Don't have a bot head worker. Okay, so yeah, we still have 3 unemployed. So what we're going to do is we're going to say I only want 1 assembler. You immediately went to Cassie's. Limbs. So now we still have... We're going to go ahead and reassign 2 of our builders. So now all of the bots, we should have 1 beaver in each of our bot factories. We have a healer who will start creating medicine for our beds. Starting to come together. We can accept more metal blocks. Now that we have storage for it. Accept 100. Perfect. Have we started up? We're starting to backlog on planks finally. So adding the 2 more plank factories has paid off. We have like all sorts of explosives. But we probably don't need 2 explosives factories right now, so we'll pause that one. I am betting we're still struggling on books. We have no books in stock, and I'm guessing... Oh, actually, we're doing pretty good in District 1. So almost all of our beavers in District 1 and only District 1 have access to books. So that might be something that if we raise population again, we may want to think about creating some additional book factories. All right, we'll release some additional water into District 1. We still need to solve for the gravity battery problem. Well, not really a problem. We've reached the point where we are large enough that when we have no wind, like right now, and no water power, like right now, although the wind is just kicked on, we have no power generation. So even though we have a supply of 2,000, we're actually demanding 2,700. So we're undersupplying. And this is where a gravity battery could really come in handy, because we could build a gravity battery and then tie it into the system. For instance, a good spot for that might be right here. And then we can start clearing a path down here with dynamite here and here. And I think we could then connect. No, that won't work because that will be in the way. Well, regardless, we can create it here and then an actual gravity battery. Okay, goes there. Yes. We would need to connect that how? We'll play with it and see. I don't know that that's the best spot. Well, actually, it's not. What we can do... How do we get the power? How do I get the battery power back down? Huh. Essentially, what we can do is we can say, hey, I want to build... platform for a gravity battery. Now, our beavers are not going to be able to build this gravity battery, but I just really want to try to see kind of what the process might be. How do we connect gravity battery to this? Okay, so we drop it down there, which means that we would need to build that there, power, that there. If I'm going to send it this way, I really shouldn't build this. What we would want to do is build a 2 tall there, then connect. And this is not nearly high enough, but this is a learning opportunity for us. So then what we can do is we can then build let's say, mark this for destruction. We then can come over here and say, hey, I need you to build me a stair to there. And then in theory, put a path like so. Maybe? Rid of that. And we'll need to get rid of choppers. That's not a path, buddy. Where are you going? All right, cat cam. He's on his way out. Yep, I see you. It's okay. Cat cam has been taken out. Appropriate that the cat cam was taken out by the cat. One up there? Okay. I turned off the wrong thing. All right. Then we would build a second gravity battery there. Think this will work? Probably need a path to there, and then that, connect all of that. Should make it. It's far, but it should be built. Too far, but I think that's that. Oh, we're out of metal blocks. Interesting. How much scrap metal do we have? We have all the scrap metal. We are good on treated planks, so we're gonna go ahead and post something. What? Need another scrap metal. Others. we doing over here in District 4? We have 7 unemployed beavers. First thing we want to do is add a second beaver here. Good, everybody is doing construction. So our first beaver bot is being constructed. Exciting times are ahead. We are at 14 well-being. We have a little bit, it looks like we have a temple buff coming from previous. We still have some well-being that's coming over from the transfers that we've sent over here. But it looks like wet fur. Yes, everybody has access to the showers. So we're doing good there. Okay, you guys are still planting. What do we do with the unemployed beaver? Could slip in another farmhouse right there and plant. We can plant some wheat. We can ship that to District 1. Potatoes. Well, it looks like we don't need wheat right now, but that's okay. Potatoes. Yeah, we can plant some additional potatoes. And some additional carrots. And because I think they're pretty, we're going to put in some more sunflowers. There we go. District is doing well. We're 52% to our first. Oh, another injured beaver. So I was correct in assuming that the injuries for this district were going to come from the bot factory. How are we doing over here? It looks like we do have a handle on our injuries. We're down to just 3 injured beavers. Perfect. I am very happy with our current injury situation. Actually, not happy that they're injured, but happy that seem to have gotten our medicine situation resolved. Maple syrup, though? Definitely running low on maple syrup. We have trees that can be, just make sure you can actually reach them. Oh no, I paused it. We need to unpause the Tapper Shack. Now that we actually have some trees for him to harvest. Alright, Mr. Beaver. I have 2 unemployed, so let us do something that felt like it was never going to happen. District 4 to District 1. Send 2 beavers over. Red Rover, send 2 beavers right over. I am going to try to... I'm going to demolish this tree right here. We're going to put in a set of stairs. And I want to see whether or not my tapper can come tap some of these trees before they get chopped down. So hopefully someone will come do that. Actually, we'll go ahead and tell everybody this is a priority. Oh, water. What's our water situation? Let's release some water from this one. Yeah, we are definitely dry down here. Let's go ahead and change that to height 1. Yep, there we go. We will start to see water backfill into several places. Is it enough? Yes. Good news is the drought is more or less over, but I got so sidetracked in doing other things. Can't get all required. Okay, you need metal blocks. That's fine. You need metal blocks. Oh, good. Okay, everything is buildable. Let's get dynamite in here. As soon as those are in, we'll get all of this and we'll start blasting out a path for those. And then we need to think about how I connect this to the existing power plant. Which, to be honest, I am just not at all sure. Nope, there's no connection there. Not a surprise. Maybe right here. Put that there. Second one there. Right angle there. Right angle there. There we go. Think that's accessible everywhere? That would connect this, but we don't want to actually connect this until we're ready to stop blowing up the stuff down. Okay. Where's our water? Go ahead and release a little bit more water here. We'll release... Oh, no. It has come over here. We're crusting. That's flowing. Oh, here we go. We're starting to come in. Very good. This should be at a 0.5. We'll be coming in and filling in the water. How are we on? We are doing great on water, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and raise this dam back up to full height to let it back up. And then this one we're going to go ahead and drop to 1.5 just until the other one gets situated. Okay, that is refilling. That is refilling. We're overflowing. Here we go. Fantastic. Hello, chomps. I see you. It's true. I do see you. All right. So one of my takeaways, like I said, I'm going to move my video from this corner here to probably up here, just so that we stop covering up the various windows. So I will work on that before the next stream. Otherwise, We are in a pretty good place for here. We've got our first... Have we actually created our first bot? That's the real question. Have we created our first beaver bot? We have. We have our first beaver robot. So here we go. We've got a beaver robot. We have to buy out when we want a robot to work in a particular place. So I'm thinking our first beaver robot, we're going to actually send... Can we do... We can unlock the robots to work in the mine. Interesting. Chops, buddy. You're moving my microphone all over the place. For our first robot, I think we're going to send our first robot to... Metal Blocks. That is what we're going to do. We're going to send our first robot to the Metal Blocks factory. So that means we need to transfer him to District 1. Please go to District 1. And then we're going to spend 1,000 research points to unlock robots. And we're going to now have a Timberbot who is working on creating metal blocks for us. Which then frees up the worker to do other jobs because we still have 2 jobs here. So we have successfully made our first robot. Yay. And we will then start to produce other robots. Do I know what the most efficient, best way of utilizing the bots is in Timberborn? I have no clue. However, we will figure it out soon enough. Pardon me. Cat did not want to take no for an answer and has successfully bitten my feet. So it is a complete stream when the cat bites my feet. All right. Hey, we got our first gravity battery. So it's currently storing 12,000 HPH. I don't know what an HPH is. Let's see, does it define it here? No. I'm guessing it's horsepower. But whatever HPH stands for. We are more or less connected to the power network. However, so right here you see we're at 12,000 HPH. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to detonate the first or the next row. And now we're going to be up to 16,000 HPH. And so we're going to continue to detonate explosives here in this trench and to increase the amount of capacity that we can store to whatever the maximum height is that we can detonate to, which if we come over here is not that high. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So we're getting fairly close, assuming this is on the same thing, but we're going to detonate as much as we can. We'll get these up and operational, and then the next step would be, okay, how can we best utilize the gravity battery? And then the issue is build it much higher. Much higher. And we can do that through platforming or everything else. So, but from a proof of concept, how are we going to do this type situation? This is definitely working. I'm quite pleased, actually. What is flooded? All right. Why are you flooded? Oh. I need to raise this back up. Good news. That's all the way up. So the flooding will subside here in a second. In fact, it already has. And we are off to cycle 15, day 3. We are through yet another drought. We have successfully built our first beaver bot. We have another one. We have our second beaver bot. So exciting. And in this case, we're going to say, hey, beaverbot, I want you to build yourselves. So we're going to, wow, that's expensive. We can spend 5,000 per work location. And then 10,000 for the actual bot factory. But it seems to me like beavers that can construct themselves is a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and unlock our first bot factory. So the bot will now work on creating itself. We do not have enough workers in this district right now anyways, but this is kind of getting us started with... All right, what's flooding? Why are we flooding? Weird. Okay. I'm not sure why we're flooding, but apparently we're flooding. But we can start building the bots, and then we can use the bots to build them. Oh, one neat little trick thing. Here's an occupied building by a beaver. It's yellow. When we have a building that's manned by a bot, the colors are blue. So the one thing I want to be very careful about is to make sure we're assigning the bots to the places that make sense. Building themselves seems like a good first start. And then we can start utilizing them in other places here, like the metal block factory, or very importantly, we can get them to go underground so that the beavers can stop hurting themselves. And then what that allows us to do is start improving our beavers' well-being through less working hours, through building more recreational buildings for them. So it makes sense. How are we best going to use our beavers? I don't know. We've got our second gravity battery. Did you guys build in? Yes, they have built in the explosives, so we can do our next level. So we're now up to 18,000 stored power. My cat is continuing to bite me. Great. We'll go ahead and blow up the next level. I don't know what happens when we reach the bottom. I'm assuming that the bottom level is indestructible, but who knows? And then as soon as we reach the bottom of this, we'll connect up all 3 of the gravity batteries to the network so that when the next time we have no wind or no power or whatever the situation is, we will be able to still power the network. And the water is indeed invading, but as beavers, I think they appreciate the invading water. I could be wrong. So our network right now is producing 10,000 power, and we're using pretty much none of it because it's nighttime. But I am quite pleased with how much power we're having. And then you'll see over here, our bot is cruising away while all of the beavers are resting. This is the benefit, of course, of the beaver bots. Or timber bots. Excuse me. Timber bots. Timber bots. Like, one place I can think right now that we may want to think about... Oh, we did end up putting the... Let's put the stairs in here. One place we can potentially use the beaver bots is in collecting the sap for the maple pastries. Once this stair is built, we'll go ahead and tell them to prioritize it. I want to see whether this tapper can hit some of the trees up here. I think they will be able to. Who's going to come build this? There we go. Oh, yes. And off he goes to start collecting maple sap from this whole entire new area. We may want to consider... If we continue to struggle with maple syrup, we may want to consider building a tapper on this upper area where we have all the maple trees. We would just carve out some of these pine trees. But for the moment, we now expanded our maple syrup options. These trees here are almost into maple syrup, and basically every 12 days they will get maple syrup. And then we continue to harvest these ones, these existing trees, which is keeping our other tapper quite busy from a maple syrup perspective. So no risk at the moment of running out of maple syrup for maple pastries. However, that is a very important item that I know Jadara would disown me if we were to run out of maple pastries. In addition to disowning me, she may actually divorce me because maple pastries are a very important thing. All right, why are you still flooded? Why is this happening? Fine. And with that, I am going to call it an evening. We have had another successful Timberborn stream. I want to thank each of you for watching. It's been fun. I really do enjoy Timberborn. It's a very fun game. And I hope you're enjoying it as well. So on Thursday, we are scheduled to be streaming again. I don't 100% know if we're going to be doing Timberborn, but there is a high likelihood of that. Especially now that we seem to be creeping into endgame Timberborn, where we have the timber bots. We're going to start building up on that. And then for me, my next steps are how can we improve the quality of life for our beavers? Whether we're going to start thinking about building monuments. Are we going to make sure that all of the districts, we can improve District 4? So really, we just want to bring up the well-being of the beavers because they will eventually bow down to their robot overlords, or beaver bot overlords. Regardless, thank you very much for watching. Let's see if there's anyone to raid tonight. There is not. So with that, have yourself a wonderful evening, and I will see you again on Thursday. Take care.